Welcome once again. You are watching Sal TV with your host, Salamancer, and we're going to be watching once again an i43 LAN game, this one between Elemental Violence and, what is the team's name? I am so dumb. It is Nordic. So we're watching a lot of very Nordic teams today. I think a lot of them are from like Sweden, Scandinavia area, or like there's some from Germany, and they are all playing in the UK at the i43 event in Telford, which is very close to Birmingham. And actually, I think there was some rioting going on in Birmingham around this time, so very surprised to see that the riots did not extend to the gamers, but apparently they were just too busy gaming to go out and like ruin people's shops and stuff. So I guess good for them, because of course ruining shops is lame. Sounds like the medic in here is just getting like 5,000 Ubers, which is really cool. But yeah, it's going to be Ace there with his 5,000 Ubers, and we're going to have to see how they decide to push here. Both teams have an Engineer, interestingly enough. i43 is running Engineer instead of Scout, and they also have Shrike on the Spy instead of Soldier. This is intense stuff here. Meanwhile, I think Fluff is going to be running a fairly standard Engineer setup on defense. Yes, he is. He's even put the sentry in what's always known as the Enigma spot there on that little shadow back there. But we're seeing, okay, they're checking for the sticky traps. Nothing coming out yet. Let's see if we can't find that Spy. I want to see whether he is still running Spy. So Shrike did take a lot of damage there, though. And so it looks like he's going to walk back and probably change class here. Just a moment. And no, he's staying on the Spy. So interesting. We're going to have A capped pretty quickly here by the Scouts. No big deal, right, guys? And they are wearing the same colored gibbuses. Seems like gibbuses are like the uniform hat of choice. Ace here going very aggressive with his team. They're going to try and push in through the entrance to C. Problem is, basically everybody on red here knows they're doing it, and they're just like, hey, guess what? You can't push this way. At least not without an Uber. I keep forgetting to turn that HUD on, so there we go. We've got 100% Uber, of course, for both teams, and we do have that Spy. Once again, Shrike is still in there. The Uber goes down. Where is Shrike? I would like to see him come back over here and maybe hit that, but it looks like not going to happen. Yes, with both teams getting invincible, prancing around with their heads full of eyeballs, it seems like B is just getting a little bit of capture time on it. Maybe had a engineer, somebody push in there, maybe Silosen, I think, or else it was Shrike. But looks like they got picked off, so Elemental Violence here sitting on C right now, the connector to C, and they have 4 up, now 5, but only 4 players sitting here. I don't think they actually managed to kill anybody on Nordic, so Nordic doing a very good job here of defending. Now, of course, we saw Elemental Violence play against Team Quarantine, and Quarantine ended up losing that game. So, spoiler alert, guys. You, of course, need to watch that last game with them in it. But this is the loser's bracket. Nordic has made it this far, so they're facing off against Elemental Violence, who just showed us some very, very high-level play. Love to watch that kind of stuff. And good sticky trap here. They got to be really careful pushing out. Okay, so they do see the sticky trap, and the soldier tried to knock it off. Didn't quite manage to get it, but they at least know it's there. Taking a lot of damage. Oh, wow, look how far out there War walked. He was just like, yeah, I want to walk all the way out here. No problem. I want to do it. Soldier up on top of the roof, so they've got the high ground right now. They've got the Ubers popped once again. The sentry is no longer up. It's just going to be that dispenser. So interesting to see that there's no sentry, but Silosen immediately goes down. So does Headhunter. Now though, Nordic is losing a lot of players. Shocks, Pentia, and Dunk are all down. Now we should probably go over the... oh, no, not Pentia, I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like we should go over the rosters because I'm an idiot. So the roster for Elemental Violence, we saw these guys last game. It's going to be Ace on the Medic. 2 Scouts are i43 and Headhunter. Their Soldiers, Shrike and Silosen, and War leading on the Demo Man. Right now has 0 points, but I mean, what do you expect, right? Meanwhile, Shocks is the Medic for Team Nordic. We've got their Demo Man is XZR. Then I don't actually know who their soldiers are at the moment. I want to say that their main soldiers are Salmon and probably Dunk, but I don't know. Nonetheless, they've got Dunk on Spy right now, and looks like we've got another Spy play coming in here. Yeah, this is what Dunk wants to do while the fight goes on over here. See if he can't get a good pick. Scout is probably not the right person to try to kill, but here we go. He's disguised as the Scout, and it looks like Blue has actually won this fight, so he just wants to hop over here. And oh, good pick on the Demo Man. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Medic tried to walk in and get an Uber Saw hit on him, but just was not going to happen there. Dunk finally goes down, and it looks like Nordic has finally lost all their players. So what Elemental Violence wants to do here, hold on to this, and I didn't finish going over the roster, I know, but they want to hold on to this upper ground area while they keep somebody in there to capture the point. And I think Nordic is going to know that. They may pressure a little bit, but the capture is, I think, going to go very, very easily now to Elemental Violence. So it's up to Nordic to defend last. They do have a Pyro getting up there and a Heavy right now. So this is actually pretty standard stuff to see on the last defense, getting a Pyro and a Heavy. The Heavy's going to stand over here and defend the Medic for a little bit until he gets up onto the point. But having that big old anti-air gun just means that anything that tries to get up in the air is going to take a lot of hits. Shrike's taking some damage. Ace maybe got hit once or twice, but it looks like they just want to Uber the Demo Man in right away and just get this over with. They've got the advantage. Oh, it took a little bit of a hit there. Doesn't want to take too much of that. There we go. The Uber is popped now, so the Medic is safe. They are trying to knock out Nordic here. This Heavy, though, taking a lot of damage. Finally gets knocked out by a Soldier. Dunce and Shocks both down. So it looks like Elemental Violence here going to cap this, and it's going to be a decently fast cap time. They got 4 minutes on point B, and wow, look at that, 4.5 minutes. Good capture time there by Elemental Violence. So finally we get to go over the roster there for Team Nordic. So it's, once again, it's Shocks and the Medic, and it looks like it is Dunce or Dunk, and we're going to call him Dunk, and Salmon on the Soldiers. There's Scouts, Zappis, and Fluffsy, and XZR is their Demo Man. So Elemental Violence here is now on defense. They're going to, looks like, set up a sticky trap here on the point, but it's actually a fairly common thing to do just to set a sticky trap like in these upper areas, and so players do check them when they walk in. We saw that last round. We saw the Demo Man for Nordic pushing in and just checking, or it was a scout maybe, but they were watching for this. You have to see whether War actually actively watches them or just kind of waits until the point starts getting capped. You can do both. We want to see where eThug is setting up his sentry, but it's probably at the same location as pretty much everywhere. Pretty late, actually, to get set up here. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe he was too busy setting up a teleporter somewhere, but I don't see one. So he's just a little late there, and I think he's actually watching my stream right now, so he's probably like saying stuff like, "Hey, stupid. This is why I did it," but nonetheless, a little late on the sentry. So it looks like A is just going to get capped, no problem. The sticky traps seem to have been popped, but to no avail. Shrike here sitting on the sniper, and he wants to see if he can't get a good pick, walking out of what's called the long entrance over here on the left-hand side. It is called long because it takes you longer to get to the point than this one. And guess what this one's called, guys? It's called short. Yeah, that's it. It's just called short. So long and short, and Shrike can see both of them with his sniper scope. Pushing into a sniper, of course, very, very risky thing to do. They're going to cap A, but can Nordic cap B very easily? That's the question. It sounds like that sentry is now level 3, so despite how late he may have been, it looks like it's just fine. They've got all their positioning that they need. Do they have a teleporter up? I still don't know where it would be. And wow, Dunk tried to hop up there and get some good high ground positioning, but was not meant to be. Now, oh, look at this damage coming down, though. This is what you want to see. The Demo Man XZR there knocked down the sentry, and that's going to stop Elemental Violence from managing to defend here successfully, at least for the immediate future. They have to get a sentry up here because the sentry is really what keeps the Medic alive, hanging around behind this point. Otherwise, the enemy can just hop up here and just deal all the damage they want from the roof. So, Team Blue, Team Nordic, rushing out here, and it sounds like they just can't get that sentry up. Of course, once the level 3 goes down, it takes a long time to build back up, and until then, it's kind of weak. So, we got to see whether they can manage to get one up. But it looks like Ace is just going to hop back here. 3 minutes left on the clock, and already point B is getting capped. Fluffsy trying to deal some damage here. Silozin taking a lot of damage. The Uber's popped now for Shocks. Shocks and his teammate, that is Dunk, I think. Pushing out, oh no, Salmon. I'm sorry, Salmon got the Uber, so my bad. But looks like Elemental Violence here basically lost the first push on B, and that's going to mean they have to defend C for about 2 minutes unless they can... Oh, look at the sticky trap. Very, very close to taking a lot of damage there. But Shrike just blows him out of the way and says, screw it, going after your Demo Man. Or at least trying to do something. Deals a little bit of damage, but B is going to be capped, so he does drop back. Doesn't want to overcommit and just jump in and die when really what they need to do is defend this last point as much as they can. So, close game so far. Excuse me. And level 2 sentry here doing a lot of damage, actually. Got a lot of hits off on that scout. And now he's getting chased down. Good damage coming down here by the blue team, but it looks like their Medic is managing to drop back, and he will successfully build that Uber up, so that means they're going to Uber right out that door, kill that sentry, and we're going to have to see whether Nordic can get in and cap C in under 2 minutes. It is doable. It is doable. They have actually made really good progress so far. So looks like Elemental Violence taking the right-hand side here. This is a very common place to hang out as a medic. You're a lot more protected from the enemy's pushes, which tend to come from the B door. You're a lot more protected from that kind of stuff. And snipers especially. Snipers are a very common sight here to try and gain some kind of advantage on offense. So you're protected from that too. Sentry going up, but maybe too late. The Uber is now popped on the upper side here on C, but oh no, the scouts are standing up here. Can they be stopped? Looks like a soldier does manage to jump up and stop them, but they're still alive and still going to deal a lot of damage here. And oh no, he's abandoned it. He took too much damage there. Tried to protect Ace. I think Ace was trying to walk off, and so he turned around and tried to protect him. And that's just no good, guys. So we may have a little bit of a halftime switch. Not sure, but we're going to have to see whether it looks like the teams are asking whether they're going to switch. That ADDA means attack, defend, then defend, attack. But they may just play through. I don't really know. All right. So once again, this is the i43 LAN that was happening in Birmingham, right next to all those riots. And, good on them for having these LAN events. I wish I could have been there, but the more LAN events that happen, the more likely I am to start going to them, and I want to cast as much as possible. So getting up there and doing some live casts would like be my dream. I would love to go do something like that. Okay, so sounds like they are actually changing sides here. Nonetheless, it shouldn't take them too long. They're just going to re-execute their configuration here for a little bit. Nonetheless, we do get to watch the second round here, and possibly the third round here between Nordic and Elemental Violence. I was told this was a very, very close game, so can't wait to see it. So they're going to reset their config. I'm going to take a drink of water. And remember that 2,500 British pounds are on the line during this game. Not just this game, but every game, basically. I mean, if they're in the loser's bracket, lose one game and you are out of the running. So it's here in the losers bracket. Of course, each team has already lost one game, and that means that whoever loses gets to go out. Not good. So they've got to pull it together here, and Elemental Violence has to take this off of Nordic. So far, their defense has been a little bit lackluster. Their first game, they managed to let Nordic take the game off of them with a 4-minute and 38 capture time, which is, it was good. Their offense looked very good on Elemental Violence. It was just that their defense, they actually let Nordic cap in like 3.5 minutes, which was crazy. So good for Nordic, an excellent team so far. Shrike here wants to get a quick sniper pick, actually, so he's hopped off Soldier for a second. That's a decent thing to do. Hop off Soldier, just because you're not going to need it to defend B right away. So even if the sniper dies, you can still get up there, hopefully, and get back to B and defend. But we'll have to see whether blue team actually walks out into the sniper scope here. Will they do it? Sounds like they're probably going around to the left side, so Shrike not going to get that hit. And oh no, if he just stayed scoped in that a little bit longer, he would have seen that demo man walk around the corner, could have got the headshot, but now they see him, they're chasing after him. He's already gone. He's just like, yeah, whatever, guys, I'll just hang out back here. He really could have gotten that kill, but I think it was the right play. I think he may have been spotted by somebody else, so whoops, yeah, I saw that rocket coming at me and decided to get out of the way, is what he says. And yeah, now they're just going to go down a soldier, so they're going to have an engineer and a sniper on defense, which is a pretty potent combination. Point A is being captured, but that's very, very common on Gravelpit, just to lose point A right away. I mean, it's a lot less defendable than point B, so okay, look at that. Oh, that's where the teleporter was. Sneaky, sneaky! So yeah, they've got the teleporter up. They will be able to reinforce quickly from their spawn. That's an important thing for the engineer to do. Almost as important, I think, or if not more important, than the actual sentry. But the sentry here is keeping their team alive and keeping their medic well defended. Dunk here took a lot of damage. Ace though, oh no, Ace drops an Uber! No good. Nordic here could actually go huge. Problem is, they've only got 3 players up right now. Where is Shox? Shox is sitting in spawn. Oh my gosh, great play there by Nordic. Look what they have done. They had Shox sitting in spawn there after that first attack on A. So because they took A quickly, they just said, okay, well, let's go send the entire team without the medic and see if we can kill the enemy team's medic, because then, of course, they have to build that Uber back up. That was insanely good play there to kill the medic. They've got 100% Uber advantage. They are going to push in here with it very shortly, and I don't see them being unable to take B. I mean, here they go. They're popping out there. Haven't even been forced yet. Good soldier play up here, I think, by Silozin so far. Managed to kill Dunk. Dunk, so Dunk is down right away, but they haven't even popped that Uber yet. The sentry seems like it is already down. Oh, good headshot, though. So that's the second dropped Uber of the game. Shocks went down. Ace is running back now, but there's only 3 left up for Nordic. Are they going to be able to cap this point? I would have to say no, but it looks like Shrike is now down as well. He was trying to get a good hit on the enemy as a sniper. He did his job, though. Made the enemy drop Uber, so Shocks now has dropped it. But now they are dropping back to defend last. I think, honestly, with the number of players they had up at the time, if they just grouped up, they might have been able to make a play for B, but they made the smart decision and said, no, you know what? We don't want to wipe out and just let them cap C really fast. So they've dropped back. They're going to defend C. Nordic is going to take B. And so Elemental Violence here, setting up some sticky traps, and they're just trying to slow the enemy down as much as possible. Of course, in stopwatch mode, whoever caps the most points in the least amount of time is the winner. So, of course, if one team caps all 3, the enemy team has to cap all 3 faster. And if you don't cap all 3 before the time runs out, then the enemy team just has to capture 2 faster, or capture all 3. Either way, that's how stopwatch works. You are being graded not just against the enemy team, but against time itself. Time is never on your side. Nordic here is looking like they want to push in lots and lots of spam. Look at all those rockets coming out here, and well aimed too, trying to deal as much damage as possible. Ace had his Uber forced here, but of course Shocks has already popped his, so both teams have Ubered. Good sticky jumps there, holy crud, by XZR, and here goes once again those scouts both getting up there. This time the demo man up, the second soldier jumping in. This time they've just said, no, we don't like your scouts anymore, get out of here, get out of here, no scouts allowed. This is a no scouts club. So wow, good defense there by Elemental Violence. They lost their first soldier to get up there, but of course they kept the demo man and the soldier up. They've got E-Thug here on the engineer, and he's built a level 1 sentry, but he's just kind of hanging around here now looking for metal, and because he and War are the only 2 up right now, he has to make sure he doesn't, get taken out. So it looks like he may actually want to set the sentry gun up. Oh, interesting. I've never seen this spot before, but that's going to defend against pushes through A. Really, really forward defense right now from War. He is very, very far forward. Let me see if we can find his first-person cam. There we go. I think they know that the enemy's pushing through A, interestingly enough. I'm not sure how they know that, but they do know it. Level 2 sentry here. It looks like it's gone down, but did a little bit of damage. Kritzkrieg coming in, and oh, Ace just managed to barely back away from those crit stickies. In fact, I don't think anybody died to them, so well done by the entire Elemental Violence team to just dodge out of the way of that. So it sounds like XCR is down. Shocks building his Uber back up. Of course, the Kritzkrieg, but now it has been, they know it's there, so they're not going to probably take too much more damage from the crits unless something crazy happens. Heavy on the point, using his little anti-air gun to make sure that nothing hops up into the air. And we've seen some, just on XTV, whenever I've cast Gravelpit, if a Heavy gets up here onto this last point, it can be very difficult to deal with him unless you get like a sniper or a spy or something. There is a spy right now. Dunk is playing spy, so we're going to have to see whether he can actually get a good pick here. And that's probably what Blue Team is going to wait on, in my estimation. They're going to wait for the enemy to or wait for Dunk to get this pick here, because once he does, if he can knock out the enemy medic, Dunk is just sitting still though. But yeah, they're hanging back because they don't even have the invulnerability right now. Dunk's just sitting still, but if they can get that pick, that's when they want to push in. The longer they wait, though, yeah, it looks like the Kritzkrieg has been popped, and Shocks actually taking so much damage. The counter, the Uber is popped now. Shocks is down, so medic down. Nonetheless, Dunk here getting out into position, so we're going to check him out. Good play to keep this Heavy hanging around. Dunk the only one left up for his team. So wow, that sucks. Just kind of a failed push there by Nordic, and this is going to give Elemental Violence a very long time to try and push those points. Okay, so looks like they may have called out there was a spy. I think they probably heard him cloak, so now they know there's a spy. Dunk is he's been found out. And what are you doing? Why are you wasting all of your cloak? I don't know. Just having fun, I guess. But good defense so far here by Elemental Violence, showing us that, that first round may have just been a fluke. They're actually doing an incredible job of holding C. Now it looks like Fluffsy wants to get out here and take a couple of headshots. If he can headshot anybody, of course, it's going to be a huge deal, because that's going to let Team Blue push in. But the Uber is just about ready now for Ace. It is ready, and Dunk is still on the spy, interestingly enough, so we will see. Fluffsy here on the sniper as well. That's 2 assassination classes, so either one of them could end up going for that medic, getting the kill. Shocks almost has a Zuber, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that too, because they may just push in without waiting. And I think that might be what they do. But, of course, that means because they've got a spy and a sniper up right now. Yeah, okay, this is interesting. They are missing 2 of their damage classes. They did, however, get a good pick on the demo, and oh, there goes a body shot, I think, or maybe just a no-scope, I don't know, but no, it was a body shot for 150 damage on Silozin. So wow, even though they only had the two damage classes missing, it didn't matter. They've still managed to do a lot of damage. It's only a scout and a medic up right now. Medic on medic action here going on. The Shocks ends up winning that one against Ace, and sounds like War has died as well. Shocks finally down though, and Pentia, oh, look at that air pipe, holy crap! XCR, like I said, these demo men from the Euro leagues are just insanely well practiced. That was intense. Looks like Elemental Violence calling good game, but the game isn't over yet, because of course 7 minutes and 20 seconds is a very long capture time, and now it's time for Elemental Violence here to run out there and try and cap themselves. So I think Elem.V was just like, oh, wait a minute. Turns out it's actually not GG yet. We have to cap. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Elemental Violence bring this to a 3rd round. And looks like Pentia here. No, I'm sorry. I keep calling them Pentia, but I think Pentia just may be like their sponsor or something. But Team Nordic here sending XZR out to set up another one of those standard sticky trap locations. And we're going to have to see once again whether he decides to hang around and watch it. This time, I don't think Nordic is running an engineer. I think they've just abandoned the engineer play and they want to run 2 scouts. So we're going to have to see why they do that, because of course these teams are thinking. They're thinking very hard about which classes they're going to run. And of course Elemental Violence once again running Shrike out on the Spy. They're also running i43 on the engineer. Alright, so let's see who pushes out of A right away. Of course, sounds like the sticky trap was already popped, so not a lot of damage coming out of that. Let's see. Both teams do have their Uber. Shrike here walking out. Oh, he gets spotted, though. That rocket, just unlucky for him. He does get spotted, and now I think that scout actually heard him decloak, so that will probably be the end of Shrike. Oh, Shrike, we hardly knew ye. Good try, though. And let's see. i43, oh no, he was engineer for... You know what? I didn't check, but I think what the reason i43 went engineer was he was just setting up a sentry there to kind of watch out of like A or B. That I've actually seen happen before. So it looks like Elemental Violence doing the same thing they did last time. They're going to push around through C. One thing this allows you to do is if the enemy actually loses a player at any point, just to like a sniper or whatever, they are not really going to be able to reinforce, because you spawn over here and it's just going to be 1 against 6. This also brings you into a good high ground position, but look at this, the Uber was popped just a little bit early there, and now of course good counter pop there by Nordic before they took any damage from that rocket that was incoming. So well done to them. They managed to kill Silozin right away. Headhunter's down as well. War here doing a good job of backing out, but they are taking a lot of hits real fast, and they're really going to have to back up quite a ways. Elemental Violence here, 3 down. Only 1 is down so far for Nordic, so Nordic does a very good job here of defending B. And Elemental Violence is just, I mean, they're trying to push with like 3 players sometimes. The coordination, I don't know where it's gone, because we saw last game the coordination was extremely good. Shrike now running the sniper, so I think we've seen him run sniper before in this game. We're going to have to see whether he can get some good kills here and bring this to a 1-1 situation on Gravelpit. Gravelpit is actually one of my favorite maps for 6v6 play, just because you get to see so much awesome creative off-classing. We do see that Nordic is now running a sniper of their own, and it is... Okay, looks like they've spotted Shrike here. Shrike ends up getting bombed by Salmon. Salmon doing an extremely good job there of his mobility. Of course, all the soldiers this level have to do a good job, because if they don't, well, why are you at this level then? So, nonetheless, of course, we are watching some very, very high-level play. Elemental Violence here, once again, looks like they want to hang around the A to B connector area a little bit with their scouts, just watching for enemies who get out of position. And looks like both the soldiers here, just like I said, with these European leagues, they don't get pocketed as much as a demo man does, so both soldiers taking a lot of damage, not really being overhealed right away, but now of course we do see them getting healed back up to full. Medic hanging out with them a little bit, and actually looks like he is on Team Nordic pocketing one of those soldiers briefly, so interesting. I think that's what we're seeing there. Okay, so wow, yeah, good choice too, because the Uber was popped, but they managed to that was some intense surfing there by our red soldier. Zap is here going to do some cleanup work here now that the Elemental Violence team has lost a lot of players, and at this point Elemental Violence has 4.5 minutes left to make a B and a C push. They've lost all their players, so they're probably going to have to build up an Uber, which wastes about a minute trying to build an Uber up. That's not good, because of course that means they're only going to have about 3 minutes left once they push in here with their Uber. If they can cap B, it's going to be like 2.5 minutes left to to cap last, where they had a lot of time. So they still got a lot of time. They could actually fail one push and still manage to do this, but they can only fail one push at this point before they're out of the game. So far, it's a close game, though, here on Gravelpit, and I'm liking every minute of it. We've had some exciting action so far. So good positioning here by Team Nordic. They are setting some good sticky traps. They've got Soldier, of course, in the high ground. Both soldiers now on the roof, and actually a scout just hanging out here watching the short entrance as much as he can. I like that scout positioning. Of course, he's going to have to back off after a little bit, but I do like it. Shrike sounds like he's, no, not Shrike anymore. It's Headhunter now, going for those headshots. Hasn't gotten any yet. I think he's done a little bit of body shot damage maybe, but it's all getting healed right back up. Both teams, of course, have the Uber, and on red, you want to make sure you don't pop that Uber until second, and that looks like that's what they're doing. Shrike and Silosen both have gone down, and that means Elemental Violence has to walk back with their Uber. Headhunter trying to get some picks here, but it looks like he may end up getting picked off himself. Demo Man chasing after him. That's a scary thing when you're playing against the Europeans, getting a Demo Man to chase after you like that. And you saw he turned around, briefly saw the demo, and was just like, oh crap, no! So yeah, at least that's what I would have been like. I'm sure he was a lot more calm and collected than me. Yeah, here we go. The Uber is, of course, ready for Elemental Violence, and it looks like Shox actually had to pop his. So here we go. I think Elemental Violence should be able to get in here, and they should be able to cap B with the Uber. They're not doing a lot of damage with the Uber right now, but they did manage to get their team in a good position. They're dealing a lot of spam damage here right now, and it looks like they're forcing Red Team back here. Oh, the Demo Man finally goes down. XCR is down here, so it's only the two soldiers left for high damage, high mobility for Team Red. They are doing a decent job here of defending, but the problem is they're losing a lot of players right now. Their medic is only at like 85% Uber. Does not want to Uber this scout. It's 5-on-2. It would really be best to just drop back and defend C for as long as possible. They're going to have to defend it for a full 2 minutes, though. That's going to mean at least one more push by Elemental Violence they can do without even they could fail one push and they could still manage to cap this. So it's going to be close, guys. It's going to be a really close game here. They're capping B right now, and it looks like War here doing some excellent damage to that scout. Didn't manage to take him out, though. Dunk is running heavy right now on defense. That is the only off-class they're running at the moment. Both scouts looks like they're hanging behind to cap. But yeah, here we go. Aggressive play right now. They've almost got the Uber ready to go. Ace is almost there. Shrike's taking a lot of damage, though. Where is Shrike? Looks like he may die at any moment. Just can't spot him at the moment, but looks like both Ubers are ready. Finally, both Ubers pop at the same time, and looks like they're just like, yeah, let's just completely bypass this Heavy. Who cares, right? Heavy now probably going to take some damage here from this scout, but oh, it does go down. Sounds like Ace has gone down as well. Shox is down, though. Only 2 left up for Team Nordic, so here's the question. Oh my gosh, can they cap it? Can they cap it? Can they cap it? Elemental Violence here standing up here having a 1v1 against the scout. Shovels him down, but here comes the other scout getting up in the point and just barely manages to stop that cap from Silosen. So close so far, and it looks like Elemental Violence may want to get in here right away, but now the defense is coming down for Team Nordic, so they're good sticky placement there by XCR. He's just saying, absolutely not, this is our point. That was an incredibly close capture, though, almost captured it, and so the demo's spamming in once again. There's going to be an Uber advantage here for Elemental Violence. Only 60 seconds left in the game, so once again they're going to push in as soon as they have the Uber, unless Ace gets taken out here, and there's no assassin classes right now, so it's pretty much just going to be up to the scouts here if they can spot him to rush in and take him out, and it looks like so far so good. I mean, they're going to have the Uber ready to go, so this is going to be it, guys. Whether Elemental Violence caps is all down to whether they can get this Uber successful. The capture time is, of course, reverting, so they're going to have to get up there fast. They're going to have to bomb that medic as quickly as they can. Shox here does have about like a 20% disadvantage. Where's the Uber? Where's it coming in? It looks like they're actually coming in this fourth entrance is what they call it, entrance 4. Good damage coming down on Shox, but it may not be enough. Only 20 seconds left. Silosen goes down to the Heavy. They're trying to Uber a scout to get up as fast as possible, but it looks like it just may be a little bit too late. 15 seconds, it's going to be too late to capture. Good damage coming in, but the soldiers hanging out there. Medic gets the needle kill on Salmon, and looks like Ace is down, though. So 5 seconds remaining. The Uber's on the point. That was an incredibly intense and close match. Elemental Violence does lose to Nordic, so Nordic is going to go on to the next round of the tournament, and they're going to have their chance at 2,500 pounds. Elemental Violence's chances of 2,500 pound winnings seem to have been lost in this game. They are out of the tournament, but well played to all these teams. I have enjoyed these so far, and this has been Salamancer signing out.